You lived an entire life before your third birthday. You were born, opened your eyes for the first time, said your first word, and you remember absolutely none of it. Not even a flicker. Most people shrug this off. You were just a baby. Brain wasn't developed enough. Simple. Except that's not really true. The actual explanation is far stranger than you'd think, because your infant brain wasn't failing to record your life. It was recording everything. The memories existed. Something else came and erased them. In 1905, Sigmund Freud was the first to name this. He called it infantile amnesia, but Freud didn't know the half of it. We know babies can form memories. That part is settled science. In the 1980s, psychologist Carolyn Rovi Collier tied a ribbon from a baby's ankle to a mobile above their crib. Within minutes, the babies figured it out. Kick your leg, the mobile spins. Days later, same babies, same mobile, they started kicking immediately. The memory was still there. 6-month-olds held onto it for weeks. So infant brains absolutely can store and retrieve information, but those memories don't survive into adulthood. Every trace disappears. And for a long time, nobody could fully explain why. The first part of the answer is physical. Deep in your brain sits a small structure called the hippocampus, the engine of memory. It takes a lived experience and turns it into something you can replay later. But in infants, this system is barely wired yet. A critical part, called the dentate gyrus, which acts like a gate for incoming memories, doesn't fully come online until ages 2 to 4. So your baby brain could make short-term memories just fine. Moving them into long-term storage was the problem. But that's only half the story. Real quick, if this kind of thing interests you, subscribe to Mindronix. This is exactly what we do every week. Hit subscribe, it's free. Okay, back to it. In 2014, 2 neuroscientists in Toronto proposed something that sounded almost absurd. What if the very process building your brain was also destroying your memories? Here's what they meant. In the first years of life, your hippocampus produces new neurons at a rate that will never happen again. This is called neurogenesis. Those new brain cells are essential, laying down circuits you'll use for the rest of your life. But every time a fresh neuron integrates into an existing circuit, it disturbs the connections already there, the connections holding your memories in place. They tested this on mice. Increased neurogenesis in adult mice. They start forgetting things they already learned. Slow it down in infant mice. They hold on to memories longer than normal. The conclusion was counterintuitive. Your infant brain wasn't too weak to hold memories, it was too busy being built. The same explosion of new neurons that constructed your mind also wiped the recordings it was making along the way. And there's one final piece: language. Before you had words, your experiences existed as raw sensation, sounds, smells, feelings. But without language to organize them, those impressions had nothing to anchor to. No structure, no story. Once children start talking, especially when adults ask, "Remember when we went to the park?" lasting memory formation improves dramatically. Words give memory a skeleton. Without them, experiences pass through you and disappear. So here's what actually happened to your earliest years. Your hippocampus wasn't ready. The flood of new neurons overwrote whatever was forming, and you had no language to give any of it a shape that could survive. It wasn't one thing, it was everything, all at once. Every person you've ever met carries this same black hole where the first years of their life should be. And the reason isn't that your brain was too simple. It's that your brain was doing something far more important than remembering. It was building you, and that required, quite literally, erasing whoever came before. Drop in the comments. What's the earliest memory you actually have? I'm genuinely curious. And if this video made you think, subscribe to Mindronix. New video every week. See you in the next one.